Hello there everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video, me and my dad, we will be discussing love potions. So dad, if you want to kind of start us off here.
All right. Well, love is a pretty big deal. Just ask any retailer how much money they pull in around the 14th of February every year, and they'll tell you it's pretty sweet indeed. So, really, how big a deal are love potions in the Harry Potter genre? How big a deal should they be? Are they really harmless, fun, or just one more thing to add to the long list of grossly underregulated items overlooked by the Ministry of Magic? We know love is viewed as ancient and powerful magic. The loving sacrifice of Lily Potter reflected most of Lord Voldemort's killing curse against Harry back against Lord Voldemort himself, which would have really been his undoing if not for the existence of all his other Horcruxes. It did kind of leave Lord Voldemort a disembodied wraith like, pathetic little creature, giving Harry the distinguishing lightning bolt on his forehead. If I'm not mistaken, the Ministry of Magic has a department dedicated to the study of love. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe a section in the Department of Ministries, because love, after all, is very mysterious. So, why isn't love magic more closely regulated?
Well, um well, obviously the Ministry of Magic. Okay. So what I have here in my notes is so the Ministry of Magic. Love is closely regulated because it is a more mysterious branch of magic, I guess, and everything. And with that, the Ministry of Magic, I should say. There we go. So they actually have a dedicated room to where they actually study love and love potions and that branch of magic in the Department of Mysteries. So I would say that it's not really well known and it's kind of regulated in that. But it's also kind of very interesting indeed that in so that in the sixth book, you know, Fred and George, so they open their joke shop, and also in their joke shop they also sell love potions as well, which is kind of interesting that they sell them. Yeah, so this is just me, but I think that Fred and George are maybe the only one who actually sells love potions. I guess like in a joke shop, but I don't know, maybe um another store in Hogsmeade or something like that probably like sells it as well. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So I don't know. It's just kind of interesting.
Okay. Well, as far as regulation, I mean, let's look at the three unforgivable curses.
Okay.
Because just the use of any on a muggle, witch, or wizard would slap someone with a life sentence in Azkaban. We agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the unforgivable curses, first we have the Cruciatus curse, which is torture, assault, battery, and invasion of personal rights. Can we agree on that? That's
Yeah.
what it does.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have the Imperious curse, which imposes the caster's will upon another. And that's basically theft of free will and invasion of the person itself. Okay.
Yeah.
And third and final, we have the killing curse, which is murder or a theft of life.
Yeah.
So we understand why those are unforgivable curses.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at um, love potions. I mean, even though it's a potion, and for the most part, it's a temporary effect,
Yeah.
and most potions are,
Yeah. They are.
with the exception of lingering effects with something like a poison,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
potion.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Um, if I were to be a lawyer or a barrister, I would have to argue that a love potion is a serious temporary crime against an individual, somewhat akin to the first two unforgivable curses.
Okay.
In a perfect world, it may be a harmless item, but we don't live in a perfect world.
Yeah.
No, no, we do not.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Yeah.
Even a temporary thing like a simple potion opens up an individual to being taken advantage of in multiple ways. Anything from temporary extortion to sexual assault.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
For
Yeah.
example, let's look at a real world example
Okay.
involving love, but not love potions.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
Girl meets boy, boy meets girl, whatever. Let's say
Yeah.
online. Okay?
Okay.
Just this is an online encounter. Eventually, they do decide to meet. They go on a few dates. It's a whirlwind romance.
Yeah.
They feel love, and it does, and they feel it. Love ensues.
Yeah.
Maybe they decide to share accommodations eventually, and soon after that, they join finances as well.
Yeah.
And as far as they're concerned, or one of them is concerned, things couldn't be better. Then, down the road, one day, there's a banging on the door that wakes up one of the residents. And when they answer the door, it's the landlord with the police and an eviction notice. It seems that the rent has not been paid for 3 months.
Okay.
What? The other partner took care of the rent. There must be some mistake. Well, when they contact the bank, they find that the joint account has been drained and closed. An account that had all their life savings and the Visa card that they're supposed to use next week to pay for their tuition. Scary, yes, but things like this are the real headlines in the news that we have today, and it happens all too often.
Yeah, that's true. It does definitely happen all too often. Um, like especially like in real life and everything. Like,
Yeah, so that's a
with
real
that
life
type.
example.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine how much easier it would be to take advantage of someone if there was a love potion or several love potions involved.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty scary. So, with just one potion, the doe-eyed couple could walk into a bank and drain the account with a cashier's check.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, the potion's worn off, and the victim is headline news.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't take months or weeks or whatever. You'd be done in like one and done,
Yeah.
overnight, one night stand, whatever it takes, and they're gone. All their money's gone. Their life
Yeah.
savings gone. Their life is ruined.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, and like I said, extortion, sexual assault.
Yeah.
It's an awful thing. These love potions are extremely dangerous. I think I've set the stage for my case, and I feel the use of love potions, charms, etc., should be strongly regulated.
Yeah.
And now I think you have another example from Harry Potter that you would
Yeah.
like to share as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, I do actually. So okay, but of course before I get into that though, so I will agree with you is that love potions in the Harry Potter universe, or frankly maybe like any magical universe or anything like that uses magic and will potentially have love potions and everything. So I will admit is that like they should be very regulated. In fact, well, in Harry Potter, they kind of are to a certain extent. The yeah, or well, yeah, which is kind of scary, but there's also a lot of darker things that you can do. You know, like with love potions and everything. But anyway, so the example that I'm going to use for Harry Potter, so this happens in the sixth book when both Dumbledore um, and Harry they're looking into the pensive and everything else like that, and they're viewing different memories and stuff for Voldemort's backstory, which is really interesting. But yeah, although essentially, so I think her name is Merope, Voldemort's mom, essentially. So what she basically did is, so she basically gave Tom Riddle Sr. a a love potion, and of course, essentially, so Tom fell in love with her, and then I guess they got married, and then they essentially just had a child together, which was Tom Riddle, or Lord Voldemort, and
Now we need to clarify here that she is a supposedly a squib using
No,
a love potion
well,
on a muggle.
okay. So, okay, well, I mean, so yes, okay, so yes, she was using a love potion on a muggle, but I wouldn't necessarily like classify her like as a squib. She basically kind of just like suppressed her magic like from all of the abuse and like all of the mental and probably physical abuse and stuff that she got from the Gaunts and everything like that before they got hauled off to Azkaban. But yeah, but anyway, or yeah, but anyway,
Yeah, well, that's what they told her that she was a squib. Let's
yeah,
just say that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, so basically, so they got married and everything, and Tom Riddle Senior, they were, or he was under the effect of the love potion, and they had like they had a kid together, right? Which is like kind of super messed up, like if you really think about it, like is because like he didn't consent to anything at all, like with having a child or like anything else like that. Well, yes, like which is also kind of sad and just kind of messed up that that she would do that, but she did. But ultimately, yeah. So then, yes, then like once she was getting close to, you know, like Tom Riddle, um, Junior, I guess, or I guess Lord Voldemort, being born. So she ultimately kind of, yes, like she kind of, so she still used love potions here and there, but then of course she loved him, and of course he thought that maybe she would love her back naturally, right? Right, I guess in a way, or yeah. So then, as soon as the effects of the love potion wore off, you know, she was thinking, oh, okay, so like maybe he really does love me just naturally. So then I don't have to keep on putting love potions in his drinks or whatever that may be. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So she was kind of thinking that with that logic, but then ultimately though, yeah. But well, then ultimately, you know, like once Tom Riddle Senior kind of you know came to his senses in a way, and he noticed all this stuff, and he didn't want to do anything with her or like anything else like that, and kind of just broke up and kind of just left her and everything, um, which is kind of like where Voldemort's story kind of began, like is because okay, so she was very heartbroken and everything, and yeah, so that like, and she also probably died with a broken heart, but she also definitely died, you know, like probably like with the complications of probably childbirth as well in there as well. So which is probably like like why like she kind of had no desire to really live or anything else like that, like or to even care for this child, is because like her life that she really wanted is then just gone. So she didn't really want to live anymore. But yeah, but now also, so there's just that example right there. But also relating to that, it's also kind of super messed up to think about, like Tom Riddle Senior has been under the influence, like kind of on and off, like mostly on with love potions that I'm going to assume that she probably made herself, and everything. But yes, like he was under the effects of those for probably maybe a decent like year, give or take, maybe. But I'm not really sure how long he would actually be under those effects. But of course, I know I know. So this is what I do know is, well, actually, I guess I should say, I think I know. Is that so? Like when Tom Riddle Senior got off of the love potions and everything, he didn't necessarily have like full on long term effects of those because they were potions and they were just temporary. So anyway, yeah. So that's just kind of my thing about how potions. So how love potions, I guess, So if you look at that example and everything, like it's basically like a really like dark subject in terms of that like story in a way, like is because essentially like like I mean well like essentially like it didn't go well with either of them, including Lord Voldemort, which is why, well, which of course, in my opinion, he probably turned evil in that way, is because he didn't have a proper upbringing at all, and he wasn't really right in the mind anyway. Probably mainly because of the genetics of the Gaunt family as well. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so that's just my case there is that they can be pretty dangerous if you use it that way. But for most of the time, though, yeah, but for most of the time, if you look in the Harry Potter series and everything else like that, love potions, I think maybe like so I think maybe like if you sell them in a shop or something like that, like maybe they're very slightly diluted or something like that, so they don't have like as like a strong of an effect, but maybe sometimes they do have a stronger effect on certain people or something like that. But of course, like most of the time, though, so most of the time, you use a love potion to basically have somebody fall in love with you and everything and of course like you can go ahead and kind of like ask another person out on a date or I guess like I guess kind of like go on a few dates and everything, and then maybe it'll wear off and then that'll be it. But yeah, so I don't know, but or well, yeah, but although in case of so in Tom Riddle's case, it was very destructive and just kind of dark and just really bad in just all the situations in the story that I just mentioned. But yeah,
Yeah, it's just right to the point. I said it was a sexual assault and
hmm
using extortion. I mean, she said, "We've had a child together. Now you need to man up and raise this child." And he said, "Nope, I'm out of here."
yeah, yeah,
And he said, "You did me wrong, and I don't know what you've done, but I don't want to have any part of this." And so he left. I mean, yeah, it was his child, but he didn't care.
yeah,
He, you can't. She tried to extort him by saying, "Well, we've had this child together," and he goes, "Yeah, but I wasn't in my right mind," and he left.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. But anyway, so basically, in my thoughts of this, with love potions, are they really that bad? I so I would so I would say it kind of just depends of like with the situation like that you're in. But of course, although like you definitely can use love potions, you know, for like darker purposes, right? Like we see with with like Tom Riddle. But of course, like in most cases though, like if you're selling it to like teenagers or something else like that, like they're mainly wanting to use it to maybe like get their crushes or whatever, right? To like them, everything, and then possibly, like that would mostly be it for that extent of it. Oh well, yeah. Oh well, yes. But although I will agree with you on this, like, is that like they should be highly regulate. Excuse me. So they should be highly regulated, and everything else like that. But but yeah, uh, well, yeah. So yeah. So with everything else, like I mean, I would say that they should be highly regulated, in which case they are um, to a certain extent, like I said before. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So those are just kind of my thoughts. So anyway, yeah. So we should probably,
Yeah, just
yeah,
just along the lines of the legal implications. I mean, just personal torts against the free will. You're imposing your will upon the will of another,
yeah,
taking away their free will, personal torts. I
hmm
say it's along the lines of a short of an imperious curse.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, as
yeah.
far
Well,
as
more or
I
less,
don't
yeah,
know where wizarding law falls on that, but I mean, if you look of using it along the lines of a muggle, you're taking over their free will.
yeah,
I mean, that's like the Imperious Curse. That's an unforgivable curse. I mean, I don't see how they can ignore that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But although, okay, so along with the wizarding laws and everything like that, so, okay, maybe we should make, a video in the future, sometime down the road or something, like, about wizarding laws or something of that sort. So, okay, so right now I am currently reading, the Harry Potter books again, and, there are certain laws and everything else like that that kind of just don't really make sense, and like
And
they're
this is
just
one of them.
yeah, yeah, I guess
There's a
so.
lot of holes. There's a lot of things that don't seem to be regulated that should be. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying at the
yeah,
beginning. So,
yeah, yeah. So I don't know, or well, yeah. So I don't know, but well. At least for me, um, I would like to, maybe go into deeper about how flawed their wizarding laws kind of are and everything, and kind of go deeper in that. So, yeah. So anyway, so for that, we may do that later, like later on or whenever. But yeah, but anyway, so any last thoughts before we end the video here?
no, I think we pretty much beat this one to death.
Yes, yeah, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. All right, all right. Well then, guys. So that basically will conclude today's video. So, yeah, yes, yeah. So of course, if you have liked the video, um, please like give it a thumbs up and also comment down below on like whatever other nerdy things you want us to talk about or cover or just whatever. And also like that, and also if you also like our type of content that we have and everything, just consider subscribing. And I'll see you all in the nether video. Bye, guys.